All right, today is a beautiful evening here in Lehi, Utah. And I'm so thankful you all are coming joining us. This is Dr. Myers, Dr. Derm, and today we're going to take out a couple lipomas. This is my neighbor, and he's had these bad boys growing over the last few years, so we're going to excise them. They're getting pretty big, actually, so let us get it done. Okay. First lipoma on last patient of the day. So this is my neighbor who is a baseball player. He's got a couple of, I don't know, what's the right? These feel like big apricots. The apricot lipoma. You know, kind of like the dried apricot or whatever. And he's also a new father. So he's enjoying his little kiddo at home.
Fun.
Is anybody coming home for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, so Brant got in last night.
He did?
Yeah.
Where was Brant?
He's out at SVU.
He went out there also?
Yeah.
So your sister was like just at a different school playing lacrosse out there?
So she was only out there. She went to Adams State for a year.
Adams State, okay.
In Colorado, and then.
So his sister was our babysitter, and she like taught her. She was our like athletic coach. She taught our kids soccer, which was pretty cool. There it is. So she's back already?
Yeah, so she's home too. She's still got to go back out to SVU to finish up school.
Are they going to? Are they going to?
Yeah.
Her and her new husband?
Yeah, so they were out there this past semester too.
Oh, cool. Is that where she met him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they were
So
already
Adams
out there.
State was just like her freshman year of school. And then after that, she's been at SVU.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, yeah.
So really, she only played... Is she playing at SVU then?
Yeah.
Lacrosse?
She actually played soccer there one year.
She did?
Yeah.
She is an athlete.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you know my kids are all playing lacrosse now?
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they, they did soccer for years, but they kind of decided to do the lacrosse this year.
Okay. How are they liking it?
No, they love it.
Yeah, it's a fun sport.
I mean, Cade's like, this is going to be my sport.
Oh, yeah? All about it?
He's all about it. You know, the funny thing is, lacrosse, when I went to high school here in the Valley,
yeah,
it was not, it was like a East Coast thing. I never really saw.
That's where it all kind of originated and started up.
I never saw people playing it, and we didn't have one at our high school.
Oh, okay.
But, like, it started, I guess, like, 2 years after, like, so I graduated in 94, so in 96 is when it kind of, when they started it as a club in Utah County, so.
Yeah, it was a little slow to get adopted out this way, because I know it's been big on the East Coast for...
Did you play just baseball in California and then here?
I played basketball as well, just in high school.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. But being 5'8" and not being able to jump doesn't bode too well for a basketball career.
Yeah, I always told people with my slow genes, I'd be good for like bowling and billiards.
Exactly.
Right. And I should say pickleball now.
Yeah, I love pickleball.
Me too. It's fun. My little brother now works here, and he's really into pickleball. He loves it. He's good.
Oh yeah? You guys get out pretty often?
I mean, he gets off like 20 times more than me. But
yeah.
We do sometimes.
I see you running the neighborhood all the time.
Yeah, I go running. I love to go running.
Do you do like distance races and stuff, or?
I've signed up for a marathon in the fall, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I signed up for it a year ago and didn't run it. So then I was going to switch to their half marathon, didn't run it. And so then they said, oh, you can just kick it to the next year. So I kicked it to the next year. And then COVID hit. So then they canceled this year. So then I kicked it another year. So it's actually 2 years later than when our race signed up.
It's still your.
So that's why I'm delaying, saying, am I committed to making sure that I run the marathon? I want to make sure I'm running that far.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, can I get a suture? Yeah, let's do 4 mono. Yeah, that is too bad because I'm sure they were totally planning on it going down.
Oh, totally.
Because the cases down there were pretty low.
Yeah.
But there must have just been some outcry and just said, you know what?
Oh, totally.
The risk, they could bring it down here, and I get it.
Well, it was right around when Governor Herbert came out and made that, like, big announcement.
No wonder.
Yeah.
So it's just...
So they kind of were between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, they had to do it, so it makes sense. You guys doing any more? Is she? I guess she just had a baby, so we're gonna give her a pass.
So actually, get this.
What?
It got canceled, and that was her goal, was to do it.
Yeah. So she just found another one.
So she from our place, she ran to the Timpanogos Temple and back.
Oh, no way.
And that's about 12, and then she just ran another mile.
To make it up.
To still do it, same
Go
day. And
girl.
everything. Yeah. She's a stud.
Good for her. That's so cool.
I want to get in. I want to do like a marathon or even do one of those like Spartan races with obstacles and stuff.
Yeah, I pretend that I want to do all those. And then,
it's the ambition, right?
Then I just have to make sure that I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So that is actually pretty tight together, and that grade aversion should help it a lot. I think I'm just going to glue the rest of it. So, okay, let's get another fenestrate drape, and then we'll do this one over there. That one. Let's do this last one here. So how many years have you worked for Goldman's?
2.5.
2.5. Cool.
Or no, 3.5. Sorry.
So did you do that right out of your? You got a master's, right?
No, just a bachelor's from
cool.
SVU. Yeah.
Okay.
I've just been there since I graduated.
How did you guys get that connection? Oh, one of you played baseball, right? Or all of you?
So yeah, we all do. But one or two of our alumni actually worked there.
Oh, okay.
And so I just a couple of my professors put me in touch with those guys, and
then now it's like been the King tradition to go to Virginia.
Oh, totally.
Well, how is it? How's the living out there?
It's different, man. It's
all the greenery is pretty amazing.
It's beautiful, but life's a lot slower.
I bet.
Not a lot of people.
I bet. You know, I interviewed in Charlottesville.
Did you really?
Yeah, so I've been out. How far is this school from Charlottesville?
It's like an hour and a half. Because we used to, one of our baseball fundraisers is we would go be ushers at the UVA football games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We get to watch the football games, tell people where their seats were.
Mm-hmm. And now Bronco's out there.
Yeah.
He's done a good job.
Yeah, they've kind of turned around. They were kind of a laughing stock when the
last guy left. Yeah, I'm really happy for him because I thought he did great here, and he kind of
got into like a no-win situation.
Yeah. I think he left at a good time.
Yeah.
He made some good money signing out there, and I mean, freak, they just played in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't been that successful in a long time.
Oh, totally.
Granted, they have to play Clemson, who basically destroys anybody who comes around them because they're so good.
I mean, yeah. Them and Alabama are just kind of in a league of their own.
They are. Yeah. It's pretty impressive what Clemson has done. Wait, actually, they just lost to Notre Dame like in double overtime when they didn't have their
they didn't have Trevor
QB.
Lawrence. Yeah.
But all right. So that one came out awesome also.
Nice.
So that's a double awesome.
Woo woo.
Your wife's going to be proud. Can't wait till she sees it.
Oh, totally. She's all into this sort of stuff. I'm like,
good. I love when people are into Dr. Derm.
oh, yeah. She started years ago with, like, I think it started, she was watching, like, Grey's Anatomy. And, like, even, like, looking at that, and I was like, it makes me nauseous, but to each their own.
Listen, I think, so, I remember my first surgery I observed, it was a colorectal surgeon.
Okay.
And anyways, I got a little lightheaded, and I'm like, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But they're doing some gnarly stuff.
Yeah, like, so cool, but...
And anyways, I'm like, well, but it didn't happen. That was the only time. And so now seeing so many people come through here interviewing for medical assistant, and just knowing that this happens quite often, that you can get lightheaded, which is called vasovagal.
Okay.
And vasovagal is when you basically, your body says get to a lower place, so you get lightheaded, you can kind of feel sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
But again, I see it happening a lot, so I tell people, hey, try to think about something else. I have them put on a mask.
Yeah.
I tell them to suck on a Jolly Rancher.
Yep.
And all those can help, but sometimes it still happens. So see that there's basically a shelf. This is higher than this. So I'm actually going to take out that stitch and redo this, because I don't want that. I want them to come together. And this is a monocryl. So this is a 4-0 monocryl. This is a little stiffer on the thigh. So instead of doing a double subcuticular stitch, I'm going to try to just do a single and see if we can not get good aversion without getting that little shelf there. So anyways, I talk about that vasovagal because we just had a guy, he was an MA here, he just actually got another job. I guess I shouldn't say his name. I almost did, but I didn't.
Got yourself.
But anyways, he got vasovagal on the day of his interview.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I saw him all lightheaded, so I took him down to my office, and he because we were out of beds, and he collapsed on the floor. And anyways, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get hired." I'm like, "No, it happens to us all. Don't worry about it." So he got a job. He never had any other issues.
Nice.
And he was here for, 2 years, 3 years.
Nice. That's awesome. It only happened that one time.
So, so this one doesn't want to. It wants to open. So when I do the double, it stays together better. But this one is not wanting to stay together. So maybe I am going to try to do this old double subcuticular. So anyways, whenever we have people here going to shadow or interviewing, or I always try to plan for them if they vasovagal, because they just suddenly haven't seen a surgery like this or bigger ones, and it's not anything you can control. It just happens sometimes. But it doesn't mean, hey, if I got lightheaded when I saw blood one time, that you can't do this. You know what I mean? I truly believe that it's like the first time it happens to a lot of people, and then they kind of get used to it. Okay, let's see how this one went. Seeing it comes together tons better once you dab that. Thank you. Keep pressure and then down. So there's still a little bit, so I got to do a few more, but it's nothing like that first one, and we actually got good aversion on that one too. Okay, can you dab that? I'll have you cut that, please. All right, how you feeling?
Good, man.
Almost done here. Just about an hour or two left.
Oh, nice. Good thing I'm nice and
Sadie, you okay holding that camera?
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Steve, you just got to keep holding those legs for forever.
Yeah, don't move.
So no big deal.
Gonna work out.
This is Steve's first day, so we're basically using we're using his muscles to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll use glue in a second. Okay, can you dab that, please? Make sure you get this everything. So how old's your baby?
So we've
Mario told me.
Ella.
Or your second.
Yeah, our second's 3.
3?
Almost 4 months.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's your second one?
Riggs.
Riggs. How's Riggs sleeping?
Pretty good. He goes down like to 10 or so and then doesn't wake up usually till like 6.
Dude, thank you, Riggs.
Yeah.
How'd your kids sleep, Scott? How did Tanner sleep?
He slept okay. I wouldn't say he's the best. I wouldn't say he's the worst.
Just kind of middle of the road.
Just middle of the road.
There's
But
nothing wrong with that. It could be a lot worse,
Yeah.
right?
I'd say Sadie was the same, but Weston was kind of a bad sleeper.
Mm.
But it kind of breaks you into childhood pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I always hated like when kids are like, or other parents were like, yeah, my kid sleeps 13, 14 hours a night. I'm like, yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
you hate my neighbor here, is what you're saying?
Well, it's like, I shouldn't hate it, but
No, I get it.
you're like, that's just not
My wife and I were both like pretty, I would say bad kids, but we were like the problem child that would get up every 2 or 3 hours. So we thought for sure
That
we'd
when
get the payback when we had our own kids, but
Didn't
we're
happen.
2 for 2 so far. So we're tempting fate.
Yeah. Our kids I think our kids were pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, how are they?
Honestly, my oldest is 13, my youngest is 5.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember. I felt like
It all kind of blends, right?
yeah, that's bad to say, but
No, you're good.
I just don't really remember either of them.
Well, if you don't remember, it couldn't have been that.
Yeah,
bad, right?
it wasn't brutal, because
Yeah.
if it was, I would remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do one little subcuticular stitch here, and then we're done. And then we'll do a little glue on both these in a bit, in the very end. So we do glue on all of them in the end, and not one by one.
Okay.
Because 1, it kind of lets the oozing stop,
Okay.
and 2, the glue dries. So obviously, but if you open a container and do them all at once, then
It's
you basically
better
can,
use of
yeah,
it.
you better use the glue.
Oh, 100%. It's like anytime you open a super glue
Yeah, exactly.
container,
You
it's like
basically
your only use is the first
you're
time.
only
you
using
open
that, and then you're like, this thing's done.
Yep.
So no one else is using this unless I need it right now.
it.
Okay. So cut that. We'll call it a day. Okay. Nice doing business with you, neighbor.
You as well.
Hey, thank you for watching our video. We enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to press the thumbs up button or subscribe below.